Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me, Bomb1337.
It is Dozer the PC Exposer.
And you're listening to the You Should Play This podcast. So let's get right into it. Wow! James, we're in the same room.
Uh-oh.
This is the first time. Yeah, and I just ate a bunch of gassy food, so...
What was that pizza we ate?
We had a Sicilian deep dish pizza from Lisa's Pizzeria. It was artichoke hearts and banana peppers, and it was phenomenal.
It was delicious. It was yummy to the max.
It was really good. Doesn't sound like the best combination. It really was it's like that sweet, and that was good.
And the good thing is we got leftovers for later.
We got plenty of left. Actually, we have less leftovers than we should have. We kind of went overboard on that thing. But we've been eating kind of sparingly throughout the day, so this is kind of a special episode. When do you think we'll get this released, James?
Hopefully tomorrow.
All right. So hopefully this will come out tomorrow. It's Sunday, and we usually release on Monday, so hopefully we'll get it out tomorrow.
Well, the good thing is we had a big weekend. We got lots of great material for you. We had the PAX.
We did have the PAX. We had the PAX. You could see it on the YouTube. Yeah, we had PAX East on Saturday. Today we did
Fun Spot
at Weirs Beach in Laconia, New Hampshire. And on Friday we went to NXT Live in Kingston, Rhode Island at the Ryan Center.
Yeah, the Ryan Center.
Good for me for remembering all those words. You've got a notepad, and I'm trying to cheat sheet off of James's notepad.
Shh. No, this is all from memory.
All from memory. Yeah, like nobody uses notepads. He even said, "You want to take notes?" I was like, "Nah, I just wing it." So why don't we start off with NXT?
NXT. Okay.
What do you want to start off with?
I was going to say Fun Spot since that was the freshest, but yeah,
that
NXT,
is pretty. Let's start off with NXT because
NXT.
that's the furthest away.
1, 2, 3.
I'm now a wrestling fan.
It's funny. James came out here with no real concept of. I mean, he knew of it.
I mean, 80s. I watched wrestling as a little kid.
As did I. It hasn't stopped. That's the that's the issue. And now we've been watching all sorts of old wrestling things all weekend and stuff like that as we're in between going from spot to spot. And what was your first impression being a non like hardcore wrestling fan or not? Because NXT is actually like more of a really like hardcore cult following.
Oh, yeah.
More so than WWE. I mean, WWE has its cult following, but like NXT is like, if people who want to see that go directly for, like, they're intense. So, I mean, what did you think of NXT? What was your first impression?
Well, my first impression when I first walked in there was, it was like intense. You could feel the energy. We arrived a couple minutes late because of the traffic. I mean, we had horrible traffic on the way down.
Yeah, we hit really bad traffic. We left on Friday. In rush hour in Boston, we left like 3 o'clock. We didn't get to the place where we're meeting our friend to pick him up until almost 5:30 or something like that.
5:30, almost 6, yeah.
Almost 6. The event started at 7:30. When we started driving, they said it was like an hour and a half away, and we're like, we're just going to make it. Luckily for us, the first match was we got to see the end of the first match.
Yes.
It was a dark match, and we stayed in line and waited for beer and soda and popcorn and whatever else,
pizza,
whatever coups we decided to enjoy, if you will. We were able to take all the time. I mean, you guys went to the bathroom. I bought a t-shirt. Like,
yeah,
like we had plenty of time to get to the match too, and we arrived there late. They don't actually film anything, so it's just a live event. And what, 2,000 people there?
Oh yeah, at least 2,000.
It's not a huge event. But NXT is where all the amateurs who are training to go into WWE, it's their like
proving ground, right?
Yeah, it's their proving ground. So some of these guys are really like trying to prove themselves.
Yes.
So, did you pick out a couple of favorite guys, girls when you were watching? I mean, what did you think?
Well, me being a California guy, Samoa Joe was representing.
SoCal.
Yes. I was actually in,
He's a big, thick man, is he not?
He's definitely, he's like a cannonball running around.
He's just like a big cannonball, yeah. He's a dangerous dude to get in the ring with, from what I understand.
Speaking of a dangerous person, Asuka.
Oh, she is horrifying.
Intense.
Is she so, I mean, first off, she's beautiful. I mean, she's probably one of the most beautiful women performers in that ring. Sorry, Bailey, I love you. You're my favorite, truly. But when she comes on, she has this look in her eye, and the whole entire crowd is chanting, Asuka's gonna kill you. Asuka's gonna kill you. She's got this like really intense demeanor about her, and then right before she goes in for like vicious, brutal attacks, she turns to the audience and smiles. And it's like, oh, way to play. I'm getting goosebumps actually talking about it. Bailey, you're still amazing. I still love you, Bailey.
And what about that Shinsu Nakamura?
Oh my God, Shinsu is amazing. Now, he was like New Japan's like golden, title match guy, and he's a big guy. When you see him at first, you don't like, his first debut match was like, I think it was last month with Sami Zayn, and those guys went at it with each other. But when you see him side by side with like Samoa Joe,
yeah,
like, well, he's about the same height. He's thinner. He's obviously, but he's got fluid movement and
flexible as heck, man.
He really, he picked Samoa Joe up, threw him on the ring ropes. That alone should tell you, that's intense. But as far as all that went, crowd reactions, energy in the ring, how did you feel? Did you feel like you were a part of it, or did you feel accepted right away, or did you have to get used to it?
Oh, it was such a loving crowd. I think there was a lot of misconceptions when you don't understand wrestling.
Yeah.
Or
wrestling. Yeah, it is.
But no, I felt, all the people around us were really great. We had some guys sitting in the front row, and we were exchanging back and forth some funnies, and yeah.
It was really fun. I think what it is that it's just good old fashioned joking around and fun. And I was surprised, and this is not like by any means like a negative thing. I can't believe how many more women are showing up at these events now. For years and years, my friend Maddie and I have been going to these events, and it's it's getting more and more popular. But the Divas Revolution, which is not the Divas Revolution anymore, thank goodness. It's finally the women's championship belt in the women's division in WWE. But it has done wonders for bringing all ages, all types of people into it's amazing. And seeing that many people, I would almost say it was 50-50.
Yeah, I would agree.
It was pretty crazy. The crowd itself. And that just goes to show you that it's such an it's becomes a more streamlined and mainstream event.
Yes.
For both genders, which is great. So, yep. Sooner or later, finally, some woman will understand what I'm talking about.
I don't
know about that. Years and years and years of that. So, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. But let's talk about, why don't we talk about Fun Spot? Fun Spot.
So yeah, today we went to Fun Spot. Jeff, we got up this morning. It was kind of a slow start. We got in the car, grabbed some coffee. What was that coffee place again? I'm learning all these wonderful places out here.
Where did we get coffee this morning? Dunkin' Donuts.
Was it Dunkin' Donuts or no? You said
that's where we got coffee this morning. Last night we got coffee at the Italian place down the street.
You're right. We've been getting all these Dunkin' Donuts.
What I've been trying to do is not take James directly to Dunkin' Donuts, because when anybody from the West Coast comes over, and this isn't your fault, this is the same thing.
We got Dunkin' Donuts on the West Coast.
You have them now. You didn't. You had, when the last time I was out there, they were advertising on the radio, and there were 3 Dunkin' Donuts in the area. It's been 2 years since the last time I was out there, and now I hear that they're everywhere, but it's still not the same. It's a different thing. point is that I was like, I'm not going to take you to Dunkin' Donuts every time. I'm going to take you. So I've taken James to Mary Lou's, which is Massachusetts. There might be one in New Hampshire, but I don't think so. I think it's really South Shore, Massachusetts.
Delicious.
So good. I have the Girl Scout, or the Minty Lou is also one of my favorites. They're very, very tasty. And then we went to Heavenly Donuts, which there's only a couple of those, and that's up in this area where we are now. Then, of course, we went to this Italian place, which I don't think has a name.
It's just the Italian place.
And could you feel more at home?
Oh, this is great out here. I mean, it was like, I've been to Italy, and going to that little Italian place especially, it was just like going to like Little Italy. I mean, there was, I felt I was the only non-Italian guy there, I felt.
Well, Donna.
Of course.
Donna was Chinese, so there's that whole thing.
There's two.
I think one of the best parts, though, not to sidetrack too much, but one of the best parts was Donna ordered a panini, and the guy
came out
and was like,
super apologetic.
He's like, I don't have any turkey. We got a prosciutto. We make a fresh, and she's in, he explained. Donna was so relaxed about it. And he goes, if you don't like it, you don't pay. If you like it, you pay double. and it's kind of fun seeing those people, they actually care about what they do and eat both cups of coffee. We had bombas is what they're called. Bombas. I said
you called them donuts.
You called them donuts.
Maybe once.
Throw that on me. When we were leaving, get one of those donuts to go. But Bombas is the name of it, and what a delicious pastry, and they have gelato and all that stuff. So that's so fun. But let's get to Fun Spot. We hopped in the car this morning. We got ourselves some medium regulars, as we call them here in Massachusetts. That means cream and sugar. And started driving to Fun Spot. Got to Fun Spot. And we went to eat first at the Looney Bin, which is my favorite place.
Excellent. Really
good food. Awesome service. Super sweet people.
Yes.
Really, really enjoy that. It's home away from home when I'm all the way up in that area playing video games or doing any promotion. So I really, really enjoy going up there.
It's almost one of those things you have to go there right before you go to the Looney Bin just to get, because we spent, a good 5 hours, 5.5 hours?
We were there for like 5 hours. You have to eat something. You have to have yourself a cocktail or a beer. You have to loosen up before you go in there. Because we're talking, loud 80s music, ping, ping, pong, 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 all day, the whole thing. Loud noises coming from every direction. Kids screaming, getting knocked into. You have to relax before you go in there. There's no way. And you need to be on a full stomach, or it's going to be a long, long time. So we eat at the Looney Bin. We're all stuffed up. 1 beer each. We walk across the street. We walk into the spot of fun, or Fun Spot, as the laymen call it. What is your first opinion of this place?
It was wow. It was 3 stories of awesomeness there. I mean, you walk in, it's loud, it's got children running around, and you just don't know where to begin. Well, I actually knew where you began. Wait one moment, James. I gotta go use the restroom.
Yeah, the Looney Bin went right through me. But anyways, that's not the point. I've been on a very strict diet. DDP challenge, by the way, sidetrack. DDP challenge, 28 pounds, 2 months. Beat that. Boom! So, anyways, I'm not used to eating food like that anymore, that's all. It was delicious, though. It had nothing to do with that.
Well, when we first got there, we kind of scouted out the place, which it was just memory lane. And the first game I went for, and because I remember fondly as a kid, this was a hard game, was Sinistar.
Oh, loved it.
Oh, yeah. And Sinistar, if people don't know who that is, what that game is, it's an old school game where you have like this spaceship and you're flying around hitting asteroids, mining, Cinnabombs, or they get Cinnabombs, like crystals to get Cinnabombs.
Right. My favorite was when you went and got Cinnabuns and you just sat there and ate them and cried quietly by yourself. But yeah.
I mean, and eventually they reconstruct Sinistar, and you have all these little ships, and you have other little crafts taking pot shots at you. But anyways, to put a long story short, I sucked really bad at the game. It's been probably 20.
You were so frustrated. I walk over and you're like, another quarter in. It just kept on going.
There's something wrong with this joystick. No, but it was awesome. You had all the Pac-Man games. You had, we had Gauntlet 1 and 2.
Sure. Which is something funny I pointed out to you, too. That all the buttons are reversed on the Gauntlet machines.
And I had no problem.
And he had no idea. He was like, oh, that's just how I roll.
So, I don't know. I'm a righty, but it was a lefty. I don't know,
What was the guy's name again? The guy who owns this place?
I think it's, Bob Lawton.
All right, you got that written down.
Yeah.
Right?
He's the owner, I guess the general manager.
He was walking around today.
Yeah, we caught him kind of walking in the background.
He's got to be in his early 200s. He's an old dude, right?
Well, he's actually walking around pretty well. He's a little hunched over.
Yeah,
but,
he's walking around. I mean, before they tore down the mini golf outside that had been there for years, we were right behind him playing. It was like a week before they tore it down. He was playing the mini golf, bending over, picking up the ball. He had no issues. He's a spry man for 7,000 years old. But I mean, what was your favorite game that we went through while we're going through all the games? Was Sinistar the one, or what was the one you had more fun playing?
Kung Fu Master.
Ooh.
And that game is hard, man. I mean, it's a really kick-butt beat-em-up game where it's kind of a side-scroller beat-em-up game where it's just like it is. You're like a Bruce Lee character. You're going in a dojo, I guess, or something. It's kind of, I don't know what you call it. It's just some kind of levels where you're walking across, and all these guys come out, and you're kicking in and punching. Knife guys comes out, knives guys come out with.
It's very similar to Kung Fu on NES. I mean, it's almost the same game. It's just a little bit graphically different.
Yeah. And I probably lost about $5 in there trying to get to level 2. As I said, it might be. I mean, I don't know if these games. I don't remember them being this hard. But then again,
Well, we can get into that.
Then.
That's not the only problem with Fun Spot, and that's the saddest part about it. I've been going there for 15 years, and since I've been going there, ever since I was able to drive there, and since I've been going there, it's really gone downhill with taking care of the games, and it's tough because Bob is the guy who takes care of most of the games there. He's getting up there in age, and nobody else is jumping on top of fixing these machines, and it's a problem. I noticed a lot of times we were playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
my joystick was broken, some of the buttons stuck. We had the same exact problem with Tron was broken. What was the game you were playing? A motorcycle game, MotoGP.
Yeah.
MotoGP, that was an issue. Of course, one of my favorite games of all time, Spy Hunter.
Yeah.
The shifter was broken. There's still, it's weird. These are problems that have been coming year in, year out. We played air hockey. For crying out loud, the air hockey tables are broken. I mean,
yeah, you had like a bulge on your side. Everything.
It was ridiculous. The puck kept on coming up, and it's tough because I want that place to be so successful because it's a giant arcade. And how much fun is that?
It's a national treasure.
It's a museum. According to them, it's a museum. Me, it's a big arcade, but to everybody else, it's a museum. And there's a go-kart track that wasn't open that's across the street. There's a bingo hall right next door. They have an action adventure park on the other side. This is a bummer that the machines are, kind of falling apart.
It seems like he's like the only one working on them.
He's the only one who cares.
Yeah, maybe.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about being there. And it's kind of a bummer, like these poor machines. Like,
yeah. These are original machines. These are not remakes.
These aren't remakes. These are all original. In order for it to be there, it needs to be original. I mean, maybe not all 100% original parts, but original boards. They're all there. It's all there. It's original. It's so cool. Galaga 88 works, so that was cool. I played on that for a little bit. Arkanoid was broken, though. These are the little things that are kind of bummers, Super Jungle Hunt was broken. I was really bummed out about a lot of the games. Because you pop a quarter in, and I don't know who this guy is. He's a stout man. He's got blonde hair. He was kind of waddling around, as you will. So you can tell I'm angry at him. I popped a quarter in the Neo Geo machine that was donated by Keith Apicary, who's a YouTube personality as well. He's a funny guy, though, for sure. It sucked my quarter in. I couldn't get any game out of it. And I stopped him, and I said, hey, man, can you perhaps unclog this so I can get the joysticks broken? So I just wanted to get to the other side. Can you clear the coin slot? I can't get into it. And he mumbled something and said, I have to go over here. And then walked away.
What?
That's ridiculous.
Man.
I've spent a lot of money there. You've seen how many tickets I have.
Yeah. Oh, I think you're almost up to 30,000.
We almost have 30,000 tickets. We want to walk in one day and buy the biggest thing and then walk out like, geez. It would be pretty rad, like a big old TV or something ridiculous. We want to get up. I think we want to get to like close to 40. 40 is the highest I've seen anything there. So 40,000 tickets. Well, we walked out. What we have, like 175, 200 tickets today.
It wasn't too bad.
It was a crap run today. So.
It was.
usually it gets a little bit better. But that's kind of scary to me. And if anybody listens to this podcast, has been to Fun Spot, or anybody from Fun Spot who listens to this podcast, please, we're not knocking your place by any means. We love the idea of it, the pinball games. We love all that stuff, but
constructive criticism for the place.
It's getting tough, man.
Yeah, and the way they bounced the little girls off of the bowling, alley.
Oh, that was just rude. There was this girl just her family was playing like 3 rows down. She was just whipping balls down a closed lane. She wasn't breaking anything. She was slowly rolling them. She was like 4.
Yeah.
It wasn't like she was throwing 18-pound balls down. She was rolling them, and they were rolling down. And the kid runs over and goes, hey, you can't do that. It's a little kid. You don't talk. I was like,
yeah.
That was unbelievable. It's interesting. But I mean, hey.
So, maybe
you can still have fun there. That's,
Yeah, maybe that place just needs, maybe somebody to kind of come in and help the old guy out, maybe help manage some of the people, get some things fixed, get an extra repair guy in.
They got to find people there who love it as much as he does,
yeah.
And I'm sure they don't get paid that well. So I can't imagine that
it's a labor of love.
Yeah, it's got to be a labor of love in that situation. You walk in there and you're like, I love arcades, I love making people happy. That's just how it goes. Yeah. It's kind of funny. I mean, we can see everything. James, what do you think of this setup?
Your bedroom is very nice. I mean, your studio.
This is my studio, James.
Your studio, yes.
My bedroom. I finally got James into my bedroom. Well, you know what? We've been talking for a while about this. When we come back, we've got a lot to talk about with PAX. So, So when we come back after this break, we're gonna talk about PAX East Saturday, 2016, and it's going to be rad. Tons of shout-outs, tons of great people we met, and we have YouTube videos coming. We'll tell you all about it after the break. So we'll be right back from a word from us.
You are listening to the You Should Play This podcast.
This is Babam1337.
And this is Dozer the PC Exposer.
You can see all of our shows at youshouldplaythis.com.
Or follow us on Facebook at You Should Play This.
Or write us an email at ysptpodcast@gmail.com.
You can also direct message us on our Facebook page with questions you have about gaming.
Now back to our podcast, previously recorded. And we are back from the break. Back from the break. We had a real break too.
Yeah.
Nice. Sat down, relaxed. Oh, let me get into relax mode now. Now I'm too far away from the mic. So James, we talked about Friday. We talked about Sunday today. Did we do anything else this weekend? I can't even remember.
The main purpose of my visit was...
PAX East 2000...
This is going horrible. PAX East 2013.
Yeah, 2016.
2016.
What year is it?
Oh my God. No.
We've gone back in time. We're going back in time. Baby. PAX East 2016.
Awesome event.
First and most importantly, I can't even tell you how much footage we took.
Oh yeah. Excuse
me. Delicious. I I can't even tell you how much footage we took. It's like there's so much awesome stuff that we're going to be putting up on YouTube soon. And so many shout outs that we have to give. But let's just talk about PAX for a little bit. If you don't know what PAX East is, James, would you like to take that away and tell them what PAX East really is?
It was, I mean, what was the convention center? It was...
We're at the BCEC, and PAX East stands for Penny Arcade Expo.
And it's just everything. I mean, you can go there, you can play games that are coming out, you can play games already there. You can buy t-shirts, all sorts of gear, swag. They have panels there. They have awesome cosplay. I mean... Our
buddies Lame Genie played today.
Yeah.
It's cool. And yeah, the cosplay is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, there was a Fallout 4. I'm a big fan. They had a guy in a T60, and he had a Gatling gun.
Wait, we got his...
Yeah, we got some footage of him.
We got his website too, right?
Oh,
is that it right there?
Oh, no, I don't know if it's... no, but he made these really cool Nuka-Cola custom bottle caps.
Yeah, Steel Shield Cosplay is his website.
Oh, is it? Okay, there was no .com.
Yeah, there's no .com. I don't know if it's .com or not, but I think it is. Steel Shield Cosplay. Steel, S-T-E-E-L. How many E's did I just say? S-T-E-E-L. Shield Cosplay. Yeah, these are cool. They're Nuka-Cola bottle caps. So that's pretty damn neat.
And they're hand-painted. Very, very nice.
Those are hand-painted.
Yeah, that's what he said. Hand-painted. And look
at
it. It's definitely hand-painted.
It is definitely hand-painted. I didn't realize that.
This is going into my collection next to my bobbleheads. I
think I gave mine. No, I have mine. I thought I gave mine to Donna, but I didn't. Let's get into some of the cool displays we saw. First off, my favorite. We'll start off with it. I want to know what your favorite is, but we're going to go to mine first because I just want to get it out of the way. The Behemoth booth is always my favorite thing. Their booth is like larger than life. Now, last year when I went, they had the like ultra alpha for pit people. This year they have almost a finished product. So it was like so cool playing what the game was like last year compared to what the game is like this year. Of course, I had to show off my alien hominid tattoo to Dan was actually there, so that was cool. Dan Paladin, the guy who's created tons of those things. And he took a picture and tweeted it out, which made me feel special. He didn't add me to it. I added myself. But it was really cool to see that group of people. They have awesome swag every year. And they have hand-painted pins that I got from them. Those things were so cool.
Yeah.
So, you get some really cool custom gamer swag that you're not going to be able to get anywhere else.
Yep.
And that's one of the things that I really liked about that. It was like not available online. Like I'm wearing my PAX East 2016 Pit People shirt right now. And I mean, I can't wait for this game to come out.
It looks way cool.
It's super cool. And you know what else I like about this? I don't own any like maroon colored stuff. Ever. I would have never thought to buy this color in a t-shirt. So this is
good on you. It looks good.
Thanks. Maroon slimming. So here we are, Behemoth booth, and that was towards the end because we spent most of the day running around meeting people, which is so much fun. But what was your favorite part, James? What was your favorite display?
I've been waiting to get my hands on the dwarves. And I caught it.
What does that mean exactly?
I want to get my hand on a dwarf. No.
Let me get my hands on the dwarfs.
No, the Dwarfs is a video game. It's a tactical fantasy RPG by King Art. I think they're a German company. I think I was playing the alpha too. I only caught it in the last 10 minutes before they started kicking everybody out.
Oh boy, did they ever.
Everybody was playing that game, and I was kind of waiting in line, kind of lurking in the back, just waiting for that opening. Somebody just put down the headphones, step away from the computer. And finally got to step up to it, and wow, I can't wait for this to come out. Pretty much the gameplay, the graphics for one thing is awesome. The gameplay is kind of like you're commanding heroes, and you're in a massive battle, and you have to kind of break your way. Like I was kind of going across the bridge, I guess in a castle, and I had two heroes and some troopers, and we were attacking orcs and other creatures. It's kind of like the Battle of Helm's Deep, if you're Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, so it had that vibe. And as I said, I only got 10 minutes of play on it, which I was very happy and very fortunate. Because, when you see these games, people kick all this money down on Kickstarter for games. And some games, they don't meet expectations. They
No.
never get finished. We're still waiting for that Star Citizen. But these guys are definitely on their way, and I was very pleased. And what was your favorite? I mean,
my favorite game on display was
Yeah.
definitip Pit People.
Okay,
But
so
I mean,
what's
I
Pit
got
People?
I got to see a lot of the cool Final Fantasy stuff.
yeah.
Square Enix's booth was in full swing, and it was so cool just seeing all the cool new things that they have out there. We got to see the guy who dresses up as the dinosaur. That was kind of funny. He was walking around. You
I
see
think
all
that's
this,
some footage of him.
the internet prank where the guy shows up in the dinosaur suit. That was really cool. I didn't see as many YouTubers as I normally see there,
Yeah.
which is good because that meant we were, a smaller amount of YouTubers. It was good to see that we were there and they weren't. But I mean, the League of Legends display was insane.
Oh yeah.
It was on a big screen that you could see from any angle in the whole entire place, and they were just. You could hear. I mean, throughout the day, you could hear people cheering and chanting and screaming.
Yeah.
Like you'd be on one side of the expo, and you would just hear, like crazy screaming. And that was really cool to see as well. Let's talk about some of the people that we met. But let's get into some of the people who we got to meet, and you're going to be able to see all of these interviews with these guys and more on the You Should Play This channel in the next couple weeks.
On YouTube.
On YouTube. So make sure you go and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you get all those updates and you get to see all this cool PAX footage. James, what was the name? Oh, there was a game. It was a zombie game. What was it called?
Brains.
Brains.
Yeah, James and Siraj of Yeti Culture it kind of caught our eye. It was kind of like we were done with the interviews for the day, and then
I was done with the interviews for the day.
and then I saw a zombie Marilyn Monroe with those big zombie eyes.
With those big, beautiful zombie eyes. And how do you say no to that?
Yeah, so I walked over there, and it was awesome. James walked up, and he was really excited, and I love that name, James, by the way.
So
No, they were really super excited. I really thought they had a unique aspect because it was actually you're playing the game from the zombies angle.
yeah. Well, that's the thing that's cool about that game is you're not playing the game as like the survivor as you do in most zombie games. You're playing the game as somebody who's a zombie trying to get more zombies, and it's like the horde effect. How many zombies can you get and how many people you can attack? The guys were really cool to explain it to us, and they have a Kickstarter up, and they're from what I understand, they're almost done.
Like 3 days in or something.
They're 3 days in, and they're killing it.
Well, I
And-
thought they were 3 days, 30%. But
3 days, 30%.
But
They didn't
that's
check that
really
weekend.
good. They were
That's
gonna do a
still really
month-long
good.
campaign.
It's a lot better than what my band did. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, they were really great. It was very enjoyable.
And it's got the best era of zombies. It's like that 60s, 70s classic zombie feel.
And as I said in the interview, like that 60s, 70s zombies thing with like Night of the Living Dead kind of thing. So you had that whole beautiful like Russo Romero look to it. And then you have that old cartoony, almost Plants vs. Zombies style of zombies. So it's really cool to see those characters coming out. And we got to see some of the gameplay footage, and they sent us a press package. So some really cool stuff that we get to look at. And of course, we're looking forward to actually playing it when it comes out. So that's one thing that's really, really exciting. And I'll tell you what, another thing that I got to see that was really cool, being a retro gamer and loving playing all those games on an actual NES, was this game called Haunted Halloween 85, which is a new game that's an actual cartridge that you can play in an NES. It's kind of like a Splatterhouse mixed with like a real beat-em-up game that you would play on an older system. And the name of the company is Retrotainment Games. And they're not done. They're hyping this game still. This game's done, but they're making a new one called Haunted Halloween 86. So that's exciting that that's happening. There's another one coming out, and it's called The Purse of the Cossum Hollow. And the Purse of the Cossum Hollow. That's good. They're making another game called Haunted Halloween 86, and it's called The Curse of the Possum Hollow. And it's on Kickstarter right now. They're almost funded from what I can tell. Yeah. They're 100% funded, and they have 34 days to go.
Congratulations.
So they needed $5,000. They're at 5,667. And while I'm sitting here, I'm going to back so I can get one. I want to get one, too. And there's a PC version for a stretch goal. So it looks like they're going for way more stuff. It's really, I mean, this is a really cool game, too. So we got home on Saturday night, and I popped it in. And it's not, at first you're like, oh, I get it. It's kind of tough, but it's not that hard. It's your regular NES game. And then it got hard.
Yeah.
It got, at certain points, relentless. And I was a big fan of that. Really gave you that retro challenge, that retro feel for a game. And getting to talk to those guys for a little bit was a lot of fun. And I got the cartridge that I got is lime green see-through. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's got like a lot of, it's very different from what you would have expected to play normally. So I really appreciated that. So that Halloween 85, definitely check that company out. They're really cool. We never got an interview in with them, but we think they'll be coming on a podcast really soon. So that was cool. James, what else we got going on?
Well, I thought the coolest game there, and I'll just go to it right now, was Japanese the Game. There was a man by Bernhard Hammaker. I think that's how you say his name. He was a Japanese teacher, I guess, the story behind this. A Japanese teacher, and some of his students were having troubles learning Japanese. So he developed these flashcards, which eventually became this game he was trying to sell. And what's beautiful about this game is you have to play this game, from what I understand, is you have to make sentences using Japanese words. And on the cards, you have the Japanese name, how to pronounce it in English, and in a picture of it. And if you can't quite get the pronunciation, there's a little barcode scanner on the bottom where you take your phone, beep, go into the website, and it'll say the word for you. So it actually, through a game, kind of makes you learn Japanese.
Well, beyond that, it's not just a flashcard game. It's actually like a war game.
Yeah.
When you play it competitively, you have 20 hit points, and the first person to defeat that number of points is the winner, which is kind of cool. So, because you're playing back, or is that how it goes?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's almost like
you could take away people's points,
right? So it's like a mix between Scrabble, Magic, and language learning, which is pretty rad if you ask me. And that guy, we have an interview with him, and he is so charismatic. He was so good to explain it. So definitely.
Better than we just did, but
way better than we just did. He actually, I forgot what he said. Obviously, I need to start playing the card game, but he set out what it was, and then he said, "This means I love scary princesses," and I just laughed. I said, "Well, I have to buy your game now because
you bought the whole package too."
I didn't. I just bought the regular one.
Oh, you did? Okay,
yeah, I just bought the regular one. But James, you bought some expansions.
I bought one expansion.
Yeah, so
I know we're trying to go to Japan.
We are trying to go to Japan, and it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
So, what better way to learn Japanese than
flashcard game?
Yeah,
sounds good. And then after that, we'll brush up. We'll start talking to people with some Japanese lingo. Start moving forward. Hopefully, we'll be well versed by the time we get there. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yes.
Maybe we'll do a whole podcast, the Japanese language.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi.
Domo.
Domo arigato.
Mr. Roboto. Oh my God, James. This is amazing.
That's the Osagi. That's all the Japanese I know.
That's amazing. I know, yep. So, but moving on from there, which was super rad. You'll get to see that coming up on the YouTube channel. And probably one of my favorite booths at PAX. Alchemy, the card game, is such I can't wait. We're going to open that up right after we're done with this podcast. We got to wrap this up so we can enjoy playing that game a little bit.
And how awesome were those two ladies who ran the booth? The
ladies who ran the booth, first off, they talked me into buying it while we were interviewing them, which is not something I normally do. The game is so cool, and
they had the art designer there too.
There were so many people there, and they had like the sample of how everything works. And of course, I bought the game immediately. It was awesome. And the game itself is the description is as simple as this: your entire life has been leading up to this moment. You spent countless hours studying ancient texts by candlelight, and the secrets of transmutation from the inked bottled lines. These words are tough to say. You've burnt your fingers on cauldron fires and chemical vials, measuring out exact proportions of caustic substances. You've learned to speak true names of elements, calling them into your purest forms. You've turned your younger brother into a chicken no less than 3 times and successfully back again. But you're not the only one who has advanced in your trade. Rival apprentice alchemist, hungrily waiting for power around you. The master alchemist has put forward a challenge, and the victor will go to the coveted position of successor. Each student will use their talent to create potions of the great power, but skill and craft are only one measure of an alchemist's character. A great alchemist must also use their wits, their tools, and their secret knowledge to advance, along with a healthy measure of sabotage, of course. Now, with this game afoot, win, and you will become the successor. Lose, and you will go home empty-handed. Alchemy is a dueling card game that has some deck building stuff going on in it, and it's exciting to get right into it. I mean, like, this is really, looking at, we've got the book in front of us right now.
Yeah.
It looks very easy to play, but very competitive to master.
Yep.
Which is nice. You know, that's something that you kind of want in a game. They, in the back, have a full description of what the cards do and what the text means. So when you're reading a card, which I've had tons of problems in board games and card games before in the past, reading these cards and being like, well, this is such an interpretation. I don't know exactly what they mean to do, but this game looks like you just slide right through and you get it done. So Alchemy, which you can pick up. Let me see. I got that right here. Can we find this? So Alchemy, you can actually pick up on aviarygames.com, and they have a new game out that they're working on. They have a Kickstarter that you might want to check out, which looked really cool. They had box art for it and stuff like that, but not a lot of stuff finished for it. So check out Alchemy by Mike Karnick from Aviary Games. Awesome group of people.
Good job.
Really enjoyed that interview.
Yes.
If you will.
I think they enjoyed interviewing with you.
I think they did too.
They were very happy.
Well, they were very sweet people,
yes.
And I can't wait to hear from them again. They're very nice. Hopefully we can all get together and do a board game night or something like that.
Man, there's so much to talk about. Do we have enough time? Do we have
anything left, really? That we want to, like, hype out? I mean, there wasn't too much other crazy stuff that we did.
I mean, if you're into old school RPGs, I was a big fan of Rifts, Palladium books. Just some by the way news. If you do Savage World RPG games, they're going to be picking up from Kevin Cian, but I guess they bought Rifts from them, so they're going to be releasing that, and they're going to be balancing out that whole world. I used to play it back in the day, and that was kind of like the frustrating thing about Rifts from Palladium books was they released a new book, and it was kind of unbalanced power with this and the character classes. So hopefully they're going to clean that up. I'm trying to think. I mean, I have a few other things, but nothing really major. You know,
we're going to cover it in our YouTube videos,
yes.
So. This was like we said, we weren't going to go super crazy this week. Hopefully we gave you a nice morning commute listen, but, we're on vacation, guys.
Yes.
So, we're going to go back to playing video games, to be honest with you. I think we're going to...
Well, we're going to play some Alchemy.
Yes. We're going to play some Alchemy tonight. James has got to do some laundry because he's leaving tomorrow. What do we have over there? Do we have any...
Just a stack of stuff. There's the Rifts. I bought some good, I bought a
dice
set
that
from
dice set's cool.
keyworkshop.com. Celtic set, beautiful. Pretty much. Oh, and actually, this is kind of cool. Shock Tactics. Actually, when I was waiting to play the Dwarves, a Shock Tactics came open booth, and so Shock Tactics is a turn-based sci-fi strategy game with tactical combat, exploration, and squad management. So pretty much, you start off with 4 guys. and you and it's kind of like a turn-based where you tell this guy to go over here, hide behind here, and then enemies start coming out, and then you click on fire here and stuff. I didn't get too far into the game, but I kind of had the feel like Jagged Alliance or XCOM, and it had the graphically it was kind of like a Western style in space, kind of like Firefly. So yeah, definitely that game looks pretty cool. From what I played on it, it's Shock Tactics game, and I guess they have a Facebook. Looks like they have the Twitter. But yeah, check it out. I mean, I think it's worth taking a look at.
Totally. And another quick shout out that we should do probably because we did interview these guys as well was these people who are putting out this game, Super Dungeon Tactics. You go to superdungeontactics.com and check that out. It's going to be on Steam this summer. It's by Soda Pop Miniature Games, Underpipe Games. It looks awesome. It's a tactics game. It looks like it's got some MMORPG elements to it too. So it looks like you're going to be playing with tons of people online. Looks like a lot of fun. So I would definitely check out the superdungeontactics.com. They have a bunch of board games as well. Also, one of them that a lot of people know about, I knew about. We didn't buy it. We should have bought it, but we could buy it at some point. Called Drinking Quest, which is a blast. There's a lot of fun talking to those guys. Very beautiful and nice people we got to talk to. So we are running low on time, though, so we're going to get back to our vacation. We only got 1 day left, so we're going to clean this all up. It's 12 o'clock, so we should party for a little bit. It's only 9 o'clock in your head, so I don't know why you're so tired.
By the meaning of party, we're just going to play PlayStation, eat leftover pizza.
We're going to eat leftover pizza, and we're going to play Alchemy and PlayStation and probably some Raspberry Pi. And maybe eat some Raspberry Pi. Anyways, this is Babam1337.
And this is Dozer, the PC Exposer.
Don't forget to write us in at ysptpodcast@gmail.com or check us out on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube at You Should Play This. And of course, tweet at us at Should Play This. We look forward to seeing you next week and talking to you next week. I guess we don't see them, do we?
No.
I think about it. Oh, well. We look forward to talking to you next week, and we look forward to more questions being sent in. Next week, we will resume our regularly scheduled program. Hopefully have a lot of fun. I hope you had fun at PAX, James.
Oh, I wish we would have gone multiple days.
Do you really?
Yeah, well, kind of. But, we wouldn't have been able to get this podcast done if we were...
So tired.
I know.
So sleepy.
I'm so sleepy.
All right, well, we're going to go eat some pizza, and we will see you later. You Should Play This universe. Again, I'm Babam1337.
And this is, once again, Dozer the PC Exposer.
See you next time. Stop.